This is Owen Schroyer for Infowars.com. I am outside of the Grizzly Room in Austin, Texas, where last night there was some activity. Now, there was a band that came to town that the Red Guard Austin anti-fascists decided to label as neo-Nazi or white supremacist, and they came out here to protest. Now, here's one of the signs that they are associating with this protest. When we punch them, you're punching with us. And it talks about how they wanted to protest this band Marduk that came here last night. They claim they're obsessed with World War II, claiming that they're Nazis, Holocaust deniers, and they say that this particular type of band promotes themselves to Trump supporters, and they were expecting white fascist Trump supporters to come out to this concert. And they make it very clear in this story that they don't want anyone who is associated with Trump in their town. They say that they are not effing welcome in our city. Now, they even call out Black Lives Matter in this story, saying that they're upset with Black Lives Matter because Black Lives Matter wouldn't join them in their protest last night. So they're calling out Black Lives Matter, but they're really just making an excuse because their numbers were so small last night. They even point that out in their article, crying about how they had little sleep. I'm debating if that's true or not. The numbers say that most of these people don't have jobs and live in their parents' basement. But nonetheless, they were apparently not deterred enough by their lack of sleep from living in their mother's basements and their lack of a job. They were not deterred. They still came out and protest. They didn't even have 20 people out here, and that's why they're blaming Black Lives Matter, because they're upset that they didn't get the numbers that they wanted. Now, they're talking about how one of their organizers was assaulted while he was protesting. He was in the street and got hit by a car, and the car continued to drive after the protester got hit. Now, again, they're talking about how they're not deterred by this, and this fascist driver was able to escape. They just label everyone a fascist. They don't even know people. They just say you're a fascist. Now, my instinct is that the real reason for this protest was this one man, Connor Halsell, and I'm not going to get too much into them because they've already doxed this person. They've put out his personal information online. They put out his personal address. They put out his parents' address as well. But they talk about how they've basically been monitoring this guy's activities. They view him as a fascist Trump supporter, and my guess is that they had been following Connor's activity when they heard he was coming here to the Grizzly Room last night to go to this concert. That's why they decided to come out. And when they try to get all these other people fired up to come out here and protest with them, they didn't have anything behind them because they were the only ones that had it out for this poor kid. Now, I don't know anything about this guy. I don't know anything about the accusations they're making about Connor, but again, to me, it looks like he was the real reason why they came out here, and they're really just trying to say that this is an anti-fascist protest, or Black Lives Matter wouldn't join them, or they wanted to protest a band that's neo-Nazi. I think that really this kid is the reason behind it. Now, here you can see another one of their banners, Assault Fascists, on site with blood dripping off of the fist, insinuating, well, it insinuates exactly what it says: assaulting people, violence, illegal activity. And actually, even in their story, they talk tough, saying how this guy's dumb because he had a bodyguard, saying the bodyguard was dumb because he had a gun, and then they talk about how they're ready to stand up for a gun, how they're ready to run up and cold clock people and punch people in the streets. That's their whole movement, is punch a fascist. They're literally promoting assaulting people, and in the story, they're acting like tough guys, talking about how if you come to their protest with a gun, you're going to get shot dead. That's what they're insinuating in this story, more violence. And then it goes on, it talks about a need for militarized anti-fascists that have the technical ability to fight as well as its ideological and political lines. I find this so ridiculous, folks. Infowars, if you really want to get down to the root of it, see, these people want to protest fascism, okay? We recognize that fascism is real. We don't blame capitalism for fascism. We blame people exploiting other people, taking advantage of tolerance, and really just ignorance and turning a blind eye to it. That's what created fascism. That's what created fascist bills like Obamacare. Okay, and that's what Infowars was created to do, an ideological paradigm to fight fascism. That's what we're doing. We're using this microphone, our thoughts. That's our weapons. These people are confused and misinformed and using their fists to try to get their ideas across because they actually lack in ideas. But the assault fascist on-site movement, I have one question, and it really shows the entire nature of this movement. How do you know if someone is a fascist just by looking at them? It's not like there's a tattoo or a logo or a shirt or a brand name or a hood or hat. How do you know someone is a fascist? You're judging people based on their skin color. And you better realize most of these people that I see that are with Antifa or Red Guard are white people. You're judging people because they're white. You're white. You better figure that out. Maybe buy a mirror. You're the ones behaving like fascists, and you better recognize that the behavior that you're exhibiting, the behavior that you're executing, is going to lead to a fascist, police, militarized state, martial law that you claim to be fighting. You will be the ends to the means that you're trying to fight. This is Owen Schroyer outside the Grizzly Room in Austin, Texas for Infowars.com.
In case you haven't heard, Infowars has become the most influential media outlet in America. We're making freedom go viral. And now we are proud to announce a new weapon in the epic battle against the globalists. Infowars Prime, where you can watch live high-definition feeds of the Alex Jones Show, plus exclusive insider videos from the Infowars crew and behind-the-scenes action. Go to Infowars.com/app and download today. Infowars Prime is available right now for your iPhone or Android. You will have access to exclusive videos that you can't see anywhere else. And that means live coverage of events and breaking news on location as it happens. You can also take advantage of amazing deals from the Infowars store that are only available for Infowars Prime subscribers. That's Infowars Prime at Infowars.com/app. And if you can hear my voice, you are the resistance.